Wait, yeah, this shit's called Lord Got Bored. That song is great. What you got in your pocket? I'll show you what's in mine. I bet you think I don't got shit. Oh, honey, you'd be so surprised. I got a tiny thing and I won't give it a name. 'Cause if I gave it a name, there'd be another name in my brain. And the brain's an awfully hard thing to try and maintain. It's just a little machine that makes us believe in the strangest things. What you got on your t-shirt? Can't you see what's on mine? I could wear a shirt plain or be a billboy trying to make some kind of claim, but the brain's already awfully hard to try and maintain. I got a tiny thing and I won't give it a name. I keep sweeping the floor, but I never seem to get the carpets clean. It's just a little machine that makes us believe in the strangest things. play that song, man. We'll play that song for you.
Brothers and the whites, blacks and the crackers, police and the backers, they're all political actors. Hurry, people running from their worries, while the judge and his jury dictate the law that's partly flawed. Cat calling, fussing and cussing. Top billing, now it's killing. For peace, no one is winning. It kinda makes you get that feeling. Everybody's smart. Use the pills and the time. Educated fool from an educated school. A billion people is the war. Polluted water in the pool. And Bush keep talking about don't worry. He say don't worry, oh no. And if this here belong, we're all gonna grow.
Thanks. It's nice to get applause second time too.
So you guys smoking some weed? Yeah. Damn right. Hey, if you guys got a doobie, pass it this way, you know? Well, check it. If you guys got a blunt, pass it this way, you know?
Tried to sing the apple alphabet, but took a bite before I finished it. Now there's nothing left but the core, and I can't get back to where I was. I got cobweb cursive soaked in detergent, so when I curse, it comes out real clean. Mr. Vincent, you can say explicit stickers for another CD.
Paul's got some shit to say real quick. Okay. All right.
Dust cloud climbs the sun, man. The moon breaks through my window pane. There's not a thing that I can't do in my little blue bedroom. Dreaming like it's free floating below. And the sunshine sings like laughter. The wind blows through my jacket. There's a lot of places I can't go just by stepping on my gasoline pedal. Driving like an inch wind sparrows. Yes, I'm lonely. Wanna die. Yes, I'm lonely. And I wanna die. If I ain't dead already. Woo! Girl, you know the reason why. In the morning, you wanna die.
Yo. Hey, right? Smoke weed is right. Yeah, everybody hold up those signs that you got there, you know? Don't let that shit go to waste. You're gonna use it for 1 hour? Come on. We need to get a hack circle inside the fountain. Everybody blow their joint smoke in our direction, please. This song goes out to John Sinclair for sure.
Joints at night. I smoke 2 joints in the afternoon. It makes me feel alright. I smoke 2 joints in time of peace, 2 in time of war. I smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke 2 more. Joints when I play video game and every 10,000 points. I smoke 2 joints in time of peace and 2 in time of war. I smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke 2 more.
So we're gonna do one more. This one goes out to the cops.
Where are they? What cops?
Are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. now you do what they told you. And 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 now you do what they told you. Those who die are justified for wearing the badge of the Trojan white. Those who died are justified for wearing the badge of the Trojan white. Those who died are justified for wearing the badge of the Trojan white. Justified. Those that died for wearing the badge of the Trojan whites. Some of those who hold office are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that hold office are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that hold office are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that hold office are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of. Killing in the name of. And now you do what they told you. 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 Those who die are justified for wearing the badge of the chosen white. Justified. Those that die for wearing the badge of the chosen white. Justified. Those that die for wearing the badge of the chosen white. Justified. They die for wearing the badge of the chosen white. Come on. I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We're James and the Rainbros. We're playing somewhere soon. Where are we playing at?
Fuck the police, smoke pot, and stop shopping at Walmart.
Hey, that's not a bad idea, actually. I could allow one more song, if you want one. They're screaming for it. Well, they said if everybody came up inside the circle here, got on the cement, got up kind of close, maybe made them feel like they were wanted, you know. We got people, you can even see the people behind you. We got people out on the lawn that can hear. Those guys over there can hear us, can't they? Woo! All right, I think this is going to do it here. And then I'm going to gab it a little bit more. But they're only going to do one more, so you really got to pay attention, okay? All right, for one more song, we have James and the Rainbros and Detroit Liberation Day 2007. Let's show them some love.
Thanks. Thanks, man. This is for for the G's, and this is for the hustlers. This is for the hustlers. Now back to the G's. This is for the G's, and this is for the hustlers. This is for the hustlers. Now back to the G's. Free. At ease. Now let me drop some more of the keys. It's 199 Dre, so let me just say it. Snoop Dogg, I'm on the mic, I'm back with Dr. Dre. But this time, I'm gonna hit your ass with a touch to leave motherfuckers in the days fucked up. So sit back, relax, New Jacks get smacked. It's Snoop Doggy Dogg, I'm at the top of the stack. I don't lack for a second, and I'm keep checking. The dopest motherfucker that you're hearing on the record is me. You see, S and double O big, D-O-double-G, the D-O-double-G. I'm fly as a falcon soaring through the sky, and I'm high till I reside. So check it, I get busy, I make your head dizzy, I blow up your mouth like I was Dizzy Gillespie. I'm crazy, you can't faze me. It's the S, so yes, I'm fresh, I don't fuck with the stress. I'm all about the crime, bionic, you see. Every single day chilling with the D-O-double-G. P-O-U-N-D, that's my clique, my crew. You fuck with us, we about to fuck you up. I thought you knew, still with you, chill with fear, the motherfucking realism. Snoop Doggy Dogg is on the mic, I'm here hard as steel, nigga, this is for the G, and this is for the hustlers, this is for the hustlers, now back to the G, this is for the G's, and this is for the hustlers, this is for the hustlers, now back to the G, free, at ease, you let me drop some more of the keys, I come cruising through the fog in my stagging juice, inside Long Beach in the 7-8 coupe to feel, I'm on the Richard G, I'm bumping in my shit, and don't quit, so I said only let motherfucker put together, that's it, a nigga with the and that gangster shit with the east side hoes on the motherfucking tip in the continent. That's how we about to set trip. Bring it back, just like that. And if you with my shit, then blaze up another split. But keep the motherfucking gun in your pocket low. These huggies all about the zigzag smoke. Cause it's a West Coast shit, but I'll fuck you if you want still take some. Bad enough to get some. But watch the gun by my side. Because it represents me in the motherfucking east side. So bow down to the rock, brother. You can't see my throat. My shit is dope and original. Now you know. They know who the fuck with death result. This is for the G's. This is for the hustlers. This is for the hustlers. Now back to the G's. This is for the G's. And this is for the hustlers. This is for the hustlers. Now back to the G's. This is for the G's. And this is for the hustlers. This is for the hustlers. Now back to the G's. This is for the G's. And this is for the hustlers. This is for the hustlers. Now back to the G's. Freeze. Thank you.
All right, that was James and the Rainbros again. Okay, kill these monitors for me now. Just turn the monitor mic all the way down. Yeah, because I can't hear myself in the monitors, man. I can't hear myself in the monitors. Okay, we've got lots of special friends here today. Lots of people on our side. You know, when you go to court, it's almost like going to a high school reunion, like your 25th and 50th year high school reunion. Sometimes if you don't have a wife or a girlfriend, a real happening life, you know, you get an escort service, you know, so you can look happening. Well, you know, when you go to court, you don't want to go to court alone. You need to have an attorney. Attorney's kind of like your escort service in the court. So we've got an Oakland County attorney here who's volunteered to step forward for a few words and share some knowledge to, you know, let us know a little bit on the legal front about what we may not know about what we're facing in this war on drugs. So if you could come forward here. I'm sorry I don't have your name, so I'm just going to have you intro. John Melton, an attorney here. Come on up, give us a few words.
How you doing? You guys, I don't have a lot to say, guys. I was driving by with my wife, I saw this going on, I said, man, I got to stop because I'm so sick of seeing people going to jail and given probation over marijuana. Hello, sir? Can you hear me now? Listen, all I can say, number one reason people get busted. What's that? Someone lost a cell phone. If someone finds a cell phone, turn it into over there. But listen, I don't have that much to say, guys, but I see so many people get busted for having marijuana, and the reason they get busted is because they don't forget that they have a right to remain silent. And some people get busted because when the police ask them, do you have any pot in the car? The answer to that is, I'm not answering that question. They get busted because they say, yeah, I got pot in the car. And when you say yes, they have a right then to search your whole car, your person, the trunk, everything. So, You have a right to remain silent. The answer to every question a police officer asks you, the answer is the same. I'm gonna talk to my lawyer. Period. Don't answer the questions. Right. And from the time the police cars roll up nowadays, guys, most of the time, you're on videotape. You're on videotape and you're being recorded because the police officers have these little microphones on their uniforms now. So everything you said is being tape recorded. So just remember, you have a right to remain silent. Exercise that right, because I can't believe how many people get busted.
I can take that. When they ask you to get out of your car, there's a difference between asking you and ordering you. When they ask you, that's because they know they don't have the authority to make you do what they want you to do. So they ask you and you say, well, I'm a nice guy, I'll go ahead and do what the nice officer asked me. You stay in your car, like Rodney King should have done, until they order you out of your car, because then if they order you out of your car, you better have been doing something wrong, and they better be damn sure that they have a reason to do that.
No, that's absolutely right. If they ask you, hey, would you mind stepping out of your car? No, I'm not stepping out of my car. Make them order you out of your car. Then you're in a different area. Then they have to. Then when you get to court, you got to prove that there's probable cause.
So just say I feel perfectly comfortable right here in this car. I see no reason to step out of it. I'll crack my window a little bit so I can hand my documentation out. But I'm sitting right here, buddy.
All they have to do. What's the Supreme Court is, a wonderful Michigan Supreme Court has said that if a police officer says he smells marijuana in your car, that he has a right to search the whole car, the trunk and everything. So, no. Michigan Supreme Court our Michigan wonderful Supreme Court decided there's no Fourth Amendment anymore in your car. So you got to be careful.
Which means keep it in your trunk. There's also one last bastion of security on your body, and that's for those of you who carry wallets. It's called the coin purse of your wallet. Do not go out in public with anything more than what you can carry in the coin purse of your wallet if you expect or think you can get hassled, because people have gone through booking, they've even done time and come back and gotten their property, and their shit is still in the coin purse of their wallet. They do not want to touch your money. Unless, of course, they can find a legal reason to touch your money, and then they're all over it.
It's worse than Detroit police.
We're talking about roadside sobriety checks for alcohol.
Checkpoints. Right. Well, first they have to have probable cause to pull you over, and then if they think that you're high, they have a right to give you the sobriety. It's like a sobriety test, but first they have to have probable cause to pull you over. If it happens, go through it and let your lawyer argue in court why they pulled you over in the first place. If they didn't have a right to pull you over in the first place, that stuff gets kicked out. Right. Yeah, that's a good point he was making. Always ask the police officer why he pulled you over. Just remember, the whole time you're in this traffic stop, you're probably being tape recorded and videotaped. So that's all good evidence you can preserve for your lawyer. And it's a good thing to ask every time, officer, why did you pull me over? Because when they get to court, they're going to come up with something. And they'll say, you got a tail light out, we thought the plates were expired, he was weaving. They'll make something up when they get to court. So that's a good point he's making. It's a good question to ask when you get pulled over. Ask the cop, remember, because you're probably on videotape, you're probably being tape recorded. Ask him right there, why did you pull me over? So they can't change their story later on when you get to court.
And you shouldn't have to ask a cop more than 2 times why he pulled you over. I always like to get that question answered before I'll hand my license and registration over. Now, sometimes they can withhold, like if they're actually investigating something, whether or not it has anything to do with you. But eventually, without asking 2 or 3 times, they should be able to come up with an answer that they can say over the air, you know, this is why they pulled you over. If not, they're acting suspiciously.
I'm not going to bore you with any more of this stuff, guys. But if you have any questions, you know, call my office if you like. Be happy to give anybody a free consultation. I don't charge anybody just for talking to anybody. But good luck. I just had to stop because I'm so sick. I'm just so sick of seeing people getting busted for marijuana. It's just stupid. You know, we have the state. We're in this budget crisis. We're paying $500 million a year. The state of Michigan is to keep people in prison for drug offenses. $500 million a year in a $2 billion budget for our correction system to keep people in prison for drug offenses. We could take someone that's addicted to heroin for about $5 grand, put them in the treatment that they've been begging for probably for 2 or 3 years by the time they get there, and not spend 30 to 50 grand keeping them in prison. So that's a good point. You know, this big budget crisis. What the hell they thought? What the hell are they thinking about? That's a good thing to ask Jennifer Granholm if anyone you run into her.
Thanks a lot, man. Go to this guy's firm if you ever have any trouble, man. I tell you what, it's in the phone book. Oakland County. What is it? LawyerMelton.com. That is LawyerMelton.com. Excellent. Thanks for coming out and spreading some more truth, because this is what we're all here about. We're here about spreading the truth. We had our 420 march. Looks like we had some people that missed the march, actually. Raise your hand if you missed the march. See, that's kind of a bummer. But you don't know next year. Next year we always march at 420 if we march. We actually haven't marched several years in a row now because we haven't been able to get the people together. I think something's really busted loose this year, and people really seem to have a lot more hope, and they're willing to come out of the woodwork and show themselves. And look, there's no cops here. Were you afraid that cops would be here, or that something bad would happen? We're here, we're high, and we're used to it. And we know, and they know, that we're not a problem. And actually, we have some more prizes for the contest. Bob, you're one of the judges. Bob is going to be giving the official Bob's Grand Marshal Choice Award for the best sign in the sign contest made today. So look around, Bob, and when you get one, come tap my shoulder. And we'll select another. We have 2 more winners for the sign contest. So if you made a sign today, grab your sign and come up front here. Yeah, see, this is why I want people to sign in. We're missing some of our people now. So it's going to be easy to win at this point. We got 2 prizes and we got, what, 4 signs. I think those are pretty good odds. If you got a sign in the sign, there's another one. If you got a sign in the sign contest, get it ready. The sign had to be made here today. It can't be all prefab. We got a winner. Cannabis is Love is a winner. It's going to get a Fast Freddy comic. Woo! Fast Freddy. All right, now we got one more person to select a sign. How about the Marvin selection? You want to select, or Susan, would you like to select a sign winner? You got the best t-shirt. We don't have a prize for that, though, but you won. You didn't make those signs, though. I made those signs. So I won the contest. If I win, everyone's going to get mad at me. Most enthusiastic sign carrier, though, that's a good one to have. Well, we got the Lansing people. They should be in the contest. We got one more prize. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just like, hi-lo, Bob. The agreement prize goes to the Lansing one. Which one do you like the best? Ladies first, then. Lansing Wants It Legal wins. Third winner, third prize, equal prize to the first prize, as it turns out. In the 8th annual Detroit Liberation Day official sign making contest, we have our 3 winners. Who says pot smokers can't be winners? We're winners. Users aren't losers. Only people who use users are losers. That's your prison guards and your politicians and some cops, all kinds of bad people out there. We're here to say we know better. You can get caught with a roach and it'll cost you $5 grand, man, just in lawyer fees, right? But you did walk, right? You did walk, no record? And he still did 30 days in jail. Oh, man, what is this? In Dearborn, nonetheless. Oh man, see this still going on, man, here in this area. A tiny little roach, a guy's $5 grand and 30 days out, man. That's why I do this every year, because this is why this has to stop. I'm getting sick of hearing these stories, man. I bet half the people here could tell me a story, and I know I can tell a couple stories about how crappy this was about people still getting arrested this day and age about pot. It ain't right. It ain't right. We're going to make it stop one of these days. God, man, something else. Hey, he's got the Triscuits. Can't eat a Triscuit. Now I'm using my mouth. What do you do with it? Obese on drugs. Are we going to have a drum circle still? Did we do that? Felice left, didn't he? He's probably at the other side of the park, actually. That was the original plan anyways. I haven't even gone over to check because my wireless isn't working. All right. I think I'm going to have to give another speech about another topic here. Now, I know so many different things about so many little aspects of things. But I kind of wanted some drummers, too, that would help me accentuate this. This event is an outgrowth of the New York Pot Parade. In New York, they have a huge parade. Thousands of hippies march right down the middle of Manhattan. And they start at Battery Park. And they end up on the Lower East Side, close to a very famous address, number 9 Bleecker Street, where the hippies of old organized and protested against the war and started the marijuana movement and started the magazines that later went on to become High Times. A lot of the originals in the movement who are still out there today, who don't quit, who don't retire, because they don't see that they have a choice. And this is why we're here today, too, because in 1999, Dana Beal came to the Ann Arbor Hash Bash, and he said, look, Rudolph Giuliani is giving me trouble getting my permit this year. He doesn't want to let me do the site that everybody's used to. He wants to move us around, because that's one of those things that they'll try to do. They try to move the rally location around so people can't find it next year. And Dana wasn't putting up with that. But what was said to him was that there was this neighborhood commission that was complaining that the march was going to be too close to their nice little neighborhood, and they didn't want no protests in their nice little neighborhood. And Dana said, oh yeah? I'm going to march people on the sidewalks of your nice little neighborhood with big old pot leaves every day of the week for every month leading up to May until you get off our back and stop trying to play or hate the New York Pot Parade. And at the same time, Dana comes to Ann Arbor and invites everybody that they're going to have not just protests in New York, they're going to have protests everywhere. They're going to have protests everywhere they can until these player-hating pigs are so full of protests they can't take it anymore. And so Michigan had their first event in 1999, and that was in Hart Plaza. And it was just a couple people. A guy named Jude Joseph organized it. And it was kind of a camping, a picnic kind of thing. And we still have, you know, with Linda's help, a little bit more of the picnic atmosphere every year here as part of that tradition. In 2002, the event moved to Grand Circus Park. And in those days, we were petitioning still the Personal Responsibility Amendment petition, which would have legalized recreational, industrial, and medical use all over Michigan. We had the Detroit initiative that was going to legalize the medical use, at least as far as making it so the cops in Detroit don't bust medical users. And so we had a march and we had petitioning all over the place in this park, and we took it over. The next year I came in and I emceed and brought a sound system, and we had about 80 to 120 people in this park. And it was big fun. We had the first real Liberation Day in this format, where we had the rally and we had the free concerts. We've had some ups and downs since then because the Bush years were so awful and it just killed people's hopes so bad that I saw attendance from D.C. to Chicago to Seattle down for 3 or 4 years in a row. In 2004, it rained here. It rained harder everywhere else in Detroit, so everyone thought, well, downtown it's probably raining pretty bad too, but it was just a little bit of drizzle here. But we still had our rally. We still had 2 bands here playing. And it was a beautiful thing. But in D.C., it rained so hard, it blew the tents down. We thought the people giving speeches were going to get electrocuted. It was crazy. In Seattle, where they guaranteed 200,000 people every year, the attendance was only 100,000 people, which is still pretty good. Everybody got affected by the rain that year, except for the rally that happened in the desert. That one didn't get rained on. And then in 2005, we had probably the worst attendance here that we've ever had here. We had me and some peace officers and 1 or 2 participants because somebody at some very organized organization put out a rumor that this rally was canceled. And they snuck speakers away who were supposed to speak here and sent them to Lansing and Flint and other places. But that kind of stuff doesn't go on anymore. Now we've got lots of people here who can speak. We've got lots of cool people here from organizations that care about these things. And so in 2006, I saw a little bit of an increase. We had 60 people. We were getting back up again. This year now, this is the way it's probably going to be from here on out, unless we have another scary Bush administration kind of thing, because now that people have come out and they've got a taste of the freedom, they're not going to just forget about it. We can do this every year here, people, until the problem is solved. We will have this park in every park that we need, every facility that we need. If we're going to have 500 people, I'll start throwing porta pots out here. We're going to have some real fun here if we just remember to stick with it, remember that this is an annual event, and that we have to tell people, because the newspapers won't run an ad for this event. The newspapers won't run an ad. The television people, the radio people, they won't run an ad for this event because they say we advocate drug use and therefore we don't have a right to free speech and advertising. And there's nothing we can do about that. Unless we lie on the flyer, then you don't know why you're coming here, and that doesn't help either. So it's up to you to tell everyone else you know that you were here and they had a cool event today and that it's an annual thing and it's every first Saturday of May, so that next year we'll have even more people and even more fun. And the more people you get, the more freedom you get. A lot of people spoke today, but I didn't see it, so I didn't have a problem with that. Many, many more people just came here and enjoyed their buzz, and that's, you know, the keyest thing. And that takes some pressure off of me, but I can't keep pot out of a pot rally. I know that. We have our high schools, we have our prisons. How are we going to keep those things open if we're not allowed to have anything organized where there's a potential that drugs may be used? I mean, the two most controlled populations, the schools and our prisons, they can't keep pot out of there. How am I supposed to keep pot out of the pot legalization rally? It's just another one of those angles in this war on cannabis that just doesn't make any sense. These commercials for against pot sure don't make any sense. I still can't make heads or tails. You know, it's so safe, it's deadly. It's so safe, it's scary. I can't walk my dog because I smoked a joint. Wow, you know, that's something else. I've never had that problem before. He must have been smoking some Labrador or something. I don't know, man. But, you know, I hear these drug ads and they really crack me up, you know. It's just, they have this and that, the anti-drug, that anti-drug campaign they ran for a little while. Well, pot is the anti-drug. Pot is a drug where when someone's experimenting, a lot of kids decide, hey, I like this the best, I'm going to stick with this. Pot is a drug that has an anti-addictive effect, that if you're experimenting with pot and other drugs, if you smoke enough pot, you can slow down and even prevent your addiction to the other drugs. Pot is also the anti-drug because people, including myself, have deliberately used pot to kick addictive substances like tobacco. In fact, there are 2 people that were here today who used pot to kick heroin. And we're not talking about drug replacement therapy either. Because when you are on heroin withdrawal, if you smoke some pot, that's the last thing you want. You'll have a freak out. It will make your withdrawal symptoms 10 times worse if you smoke pot. So pot is not like heroin at all. Pot is the opposite of heroin. Pot is the anti-drug. And that's why we're here to tell you about that. That's why we have Liberation Day every first Saturday of May here. Do we have any people watching today who are people who spoke before who would like to speak again? I know we have Matt Abel here still. He can maybe speak again. We have a man from Lansing NORML, who hasn't spoken yet, I don't think. That would be a good opportunity. Yeah, would you like to get him? And we have Marvin, he's always ready to speak at the drop of a toupee. So that's always good. Go do something about that dryness that you seem to have, and that masculine dryness that he's suffering. And then we have Susan Sunshine, who always say a few words too. Paul already gave his speech. He's working pretty good. I don't want to drag him away from what he's doing. Where's Matt Abel? I just saw him. Matt's over here. Hey, Matt, would you like to say a couple more words? All right, Matt's all done for today. I won't pressure him. Talk about the peer pressure. I think while we have our next speaker getting ready to give his speech, could we get just a poetry or SUV thing I really like? Come on! You can't just do a custom version of it just for us? All right, well, let's interject an announcement for Susan Sunshine here for a second, because she's got something to say. And then Marvin's got a chance to talk, and we got Richard Clement coming up. He's got a chance to talk, and then I'll be back on again to really chew your ears off. Oh, hey, she's got a flyer out. Looks like she's got something to plug.
Yesterday, near my home in Oak Park, I found out there was a head shop. It's only been open 2 weeks, and I only knew about it yesterday. Said he could have got another 100 people to come, but it's on the border of Oak Park and Ferndale on 9 Mile. Anyone that lives around there, go support it. They have clothes, and it's really a nice place. 8106 West 9 Mile Road. Border of Oak Park. I don't know which side of the street it's on. North side, because I'm on the south side. I can walk up there. I got a head shop in my own city now, finally. But I can't get medical marijuana in my own city. I have to move to Detroit, which I'm not going to sell my house to do. I'll just keep getting it the way I get it.
All right, thanks, Susan. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, because you would plug them anyway. That's right. We don't get paid for paid advertisements here. There you go. Only prostitutes get paid, not poets. Starving artists, of course, are out of that category. So now we have Richard Clement coming up. He decided to come here all the way from Lansing. He holds up he does a lot of membership work for NORML. So maybe he's going to try to talk into joining NORML. Now, there might have been a day when I'd disagreed with that, but I think today that's all right. I think NORML has been a very improved organization over this year. Some improvements even recently that have happened in this organization this year. So come on up here. I'm not quite sure what he's going to tell us about, but I'm sure it's going to be something fun and relatable for us. And you got to step in the fountain to do this. Yeah, you got to do it in the fountain. Yeah, really, James and the Rainbros, man. Thanks for coming out. You guys are hot, man. You're on our short list for next year, man. I tell you what, man. All right, everybody. Richard Clement from NORML.
Greetings, fellow warriors. How we doing today? All right. It's a proud day in our city, in our state. Our state's getting ready to make a big change this year. We got to turn this distraction into a civil infraction. Okay? No more marijuana arrests. No more marijuana arrests. Now, did you know this fact that in our great state of Michigan, 7 out of every 10 arrests for marijuana possession are of African Americans? All right? And so, in other words, if every one of those 7 would sign out a petition, hey, it's going to be, we can turn this thing around like right now, today, be a big tax cut, no more P-jacking, 7411. Everybody know what that is? Everybody in there for drug testing? A P-jack tax. That's all that is a P-jack tax. And basically, they're not testing you for things that's going to kill you like high blood pressure and other germs, but hey, they exclude a lot of people. Anyway, it's so good to see everybody here. I urge you all to get politically motivated by contacting your state senator, your representative, and email your federal people, because this mess has got to change. Michigan, this is our state, the Great Lakes state. Okay? I ain't bullcrapping. Say yes when I raise my hand. I say yes to Michigan. Because I say, when I raise my hand, I say yes to Michigan. When we get what we need, we got to what? Free the weed. Can everybody say free the weed? Can I hear you say free the weed? All right. Let's get your hands together one more time. This is for our state. Little song. Free the weed, everybody. Free the weed. Free the weed. The weed. The weed, everybody. Free the weed. Come on, y'all. Free the weed. Free the weed. The weed. The saving Sister Granholm. Free. And Brother Congressman Arrow. Free with the balanced budget. Free the weed. The weed. The pay raises for the teachers. Free. And school books for the children. Free. And no more layoffs. Free the weed. The weed. How about the UAW? Free. It make the good cars for you. Free. Running on health fuel. Free the weed. The weed. Here we go for my boy. Like an economic tsunami. Free. But we got to save my brother Kwame. Free. The hemp powered Escalade. Free the weed. The weed. The weed. Free the weed in our state of Michigan. Let's get it all together. One. Let's go. Thank you.
You know, there are rallies in other locations today. There's supposedly a march and a park thing in Jackson. They posted up a couple weeks ago. There's a march in downtown Traverse City today. There is a march and a party in the park in Grand Rapids today in Michigan, way on the other side of the state. Down south and on the other side of the state in South Bend, Indiana, there's a place where they're having a drum circle all day long called the Rainbow Farm Memorial Drum Circle. In South Dakota, where they have legal hemp on the reservation, they have an event called the Hemp Hoedown. And it's their planting season ritual. And that's a huge fun event. And then there's also events on other days of the year other than this one. My next stop, of course, is the D.C. Smoke-In every 4th of July in Washington, D.C. Now, some of the people here won't be there because they go to the Rainbow Gathering, which is always on that same day. I haven't gone to the Rainbow Gathering ever because I'm always going to D.C. But that's a guaranteed crowd of thousands of hippies in the Capitol, and nobody gets busted, nobody gets hurt. And it's a beautiful thing every 4th of July. The next stop after that is called Seattle Hemp Fest. That's the second weekend in August. And the cool thing about going out west for Seattle Hemp Fest is along the way in South Dakota, you can visit a hemp farm owned by Alex White Plume, and you can go get his paper making machine. Or you can go look at the hemp fortified concrete bricks in the natives' hemp house. Lots of cool stuff there, but Seattle Hemp Fest is a 2-day event in a park along Puget Sound, which is as close to the Pacific Ocean as you can get right there. And for 2 days, they have 4 speeches, or 4 stages with speeches going on and bands going on all day long. And they have hundreds of vendors with their tents up. And you walk this 3-mile park. It's actually, a 6-mile circuit you walk. And it's kind of like the Million Marijuana March, because you can just draw a line anywhere along the sidewalk and a million people will walk by in an hour. And it's such a free, loving, beautiful, safe situation that the whole place reeks of BC Bud, and not a single person gets arrested unless they're messing around with alcohol or something that doesn't tie in. Then the next stop after that is Boston Freedom Rally. Boston Freedom Rally is in September. I believe that's the first weekend in September. And that's in Boston Common. It's been going on like for some 18 years now. And it's a guaranteed crowd of tens of thousands of hippies. And the best place is up on the hill. They call it the hill. You get on the hill, and the cops don't want to go climbing on the hill to bust anyone, so the hill looks very foggy when you're there looking back at it from the stage area. And that's a beautiful event. Of course, the city of Chicago, Chicago. But Chicago has some events too. They have a couple events. They have one in October, the hemp stock event. And then Madison, Wisconsin is having weed stock also. Weed stock out of court and back in action for you. So if you check the antidote.50megs.com, which is my Cures Not Wars Michigan site, on my links I'm going to link all these events so that you can go there and one-stop shopping. You can find out where the events are. You can contact me if you want a caravan. I'm pulling together a caravan going to DC for this year. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to be bringing the sound system. This sound system, when you turn it up, can be heard from this park almost all the way into the White House. So Bush actually gets in a helicopter and takes off at like 8 in the morning on the 4th of July because he's scared to be in town. But a bunch of hippies aren't scared to be in town. Of course, we're there because we know we have to. We have to keep up the tradition of public protest and of standing up for our rights and having our pot pride. So now we're coming up on 7 o'clock. And as advertised, this event kind of ends at 7 o'clock. You don't really have to leave. You don't really have to go home. You can stay here. But the rally will be over. But it'll be fun. If you smoke after 7 o'clock, I guess that means that I'm not liable for it. So, you know, if you're going to injure yourself or something, you've got a couple more minutes left. But we're just going to tear down now the remaining peace officers I have. I want collecting the signs. And I want manning the tables, making sure the equipment's cool. And the band is already pretty much broken down, so they're all set. They left me basically everything I needed. And I'd like to say that people who are hanging out, I know we got some late arrivals too, but the people who are hanging out, sign up with us. Give us a name and a phone number and an email address, or go to the DetroitLiberation.org and get on the email list there. Because we want more volunteers, because the more volunteers we have, the bigger an event we can put on. The more volunteers we have, the safer and easier we can make it for everybody else to come out and be cannabis ambassadors. The more peace officers we can hire, the more potential leaders of new decades to come in this fight will be developed. And people will realize that maybe they are capable of standing in front of a microphone and giving a speech. Maybe they are capable of organizing a rally like this in their own hometown. Maybe they are capable of getting on a radio talk show or an interview or something like that. Because I used to think, why me? Why do I have to be the one to stand up? You know, I'm the guy with the big long hair and the beard and stuff. You know, people already throw stones at me, you know. Why can't you get a nice looking guy in a suit or some hot chick, you know? But nobody else stood forward, and I knew I had to. And that's what I did, and that's basically all I had to do to become a leader today. So I'd like to at least have some competition. You know, we've got some good help today. Paul Pearson is a good permanent contact for this event. He'll help you get involved in things, and he can pretty much answer any question I can answer about this event. So you don't even necessarily have to go all the way to the top and ask me questions anymore, because we've got some good trained staff here. So I think at this point I'm going to back up to the Boom box and see what we have on tap here. I think it's going to be a CD. They like this song. This is Bob Marley's son, everybody. He was part of my church service this morning. You know him. It was pretty cool. will hear them better if we plug it in. All right. Yeah.
Since the beginning, modern civilization, generations of weakness and inherited only conflicts of world wars. But behold the marriage supper of the Lamb and bridegroom unto his bride. Then shall the earth's children know the true expression of one. Then Mother Earth shall honeymoon in peace, forever eliminating aspiration, lust, and anguish of war and the rumors of war.